Hey guys, let me introduce you to the current Li Ning Badminton Racket range on the market, as well as break down their naming conventions for you. If you want to check out some of the Li Ning rackets that I've reviewed on this channel, check out this playlist here. Also, if you're purchasing any Li Ning rackets from Central Sports in the UK or Li Ning Studio in India, remember to use CKYW as the code for further discounts. Let's go. First off, Li Ning breaks their badminton racket ranges into 4 major categories: attacking or offensive, control, speed, and the super and ultralight badminton rackets. For 2023, in the international market, the attacking categories have 2 relatively head-heavy power-based series rackets in Tectonic and AxForce rackets. For the control category, we have the incredible looking Aeronaut series as well as Li Ning's latest Halbertec series. Make sure you subscribe as the Halbertec 8000 racket review is dropping soon. In the speed category, we have the legendary 3D Calibar range as well as the newer BladeX series. And finally, for the super and ultralight rackets category, we have the Windstorm series rackets for the international markets. Obviously, many of you will be familiar with the turbocharging racket series,
Racket turbocharging 75 Extreme Li Ning,
which would fall into the speed category of rackets for Li Ning, but they're slowly being phased out moving forward. Additionally, if you live within Southeast Asia and even Central Asia such as India, Pakistan and Sri Lanka, you'll have access to a few more series of rackets such as the Light series, Ignite and even the G-Force series too. So let's start with the 2 current attacking racket series first, the Tectonic and AxForce series. The Tectonic and AxForce series rackets are relatively new in Li Ning's racket lineup and both focus on helping players transfer more power into their game. From experience, Tectonic rackets are pretty head heavy and stiffer in feeling. All Tectonic rackets feature a new graphite material in the 5 and 7 o'clock region of the frame, which is actually thinner than other areas of the racket frame, but aiming to provide greater strength and stability on the racket head. Supposedly also a faster rebound. I've previously reviewed the Tectonic 9, which at the time was used by Jonathan Christie and Srikanth Kidambi, so you can check it up here in the playlist. Another popular Tectonic racket is the Tectonic 7i, which is currently used by Pornpawi Cho Chu Wong, so that review will be dropping soon. If we then look at the AxForce series rackets, this is a very popular series and is used by the likes of world champion Lo Ken Yu with the AxForce 90 Max, as well as Jonathan Christie on the same racket. Yuta Watanabe and PV Sindhu with their AxForce 80 rackets, so making it very popular. In fact, the first Li Ning AxForce racket was used by Chen Long in 2021, who went on to win the silver medal at the Tokyo 2020 Olympics. The AxForce racket is aimed at improving hitting power with their slightly softer shaft, providing maximum speed, control and power. The AxForce rackets, in my opinion, aren't generally as stiff and head heavy as the Tectonics, so perhaps slightly more user friendly. The AxForce 80 was certainly a standout in terms of looks with super classy matte black design. Remember, protect your precious rackets with the premium racket protection tape from ckYW.com/shop. They are worth it. Moving on to the control category, and we have the Aeronaut and Halbertec racket series. You all know for a fact that I consider the Aeronaut rackets the best looking rackets currently available on the market. The Aeronaut 9000 and 8000 rackets do look incredibly good. These rackets use a unique airstream channel design, essentially the 4 holes around the T-joint to reduce air resistance and therefore enabling players to generate faster shuttle speeds. So with less air resistance, you can have better control over your shots without sacrificing much power. Players like Anthony Ginting uses the Aeronaut 9000 and Ong Yu Sin with the Aeronaut 9000C. Personally, I love the design and look of this series very much, especially the Aeronaut 9000C and 9000I, which have an incredible matte finish alongside very sharp futuristic designs. The feel of the different rackets do vary slightly depending on the model, so watch some of my reviews here to find out which racket is right for you. The Halbertec series is certainly Li Ning's latest racket series, and the first racket on the series is the Halbertec 8000. Marketing info tells me this is aimed at players who want accurate control and precise attack. I've been testing the Halbertec 8000 for a while now, so review will be dropping soon. I'm loving the colour scheme on the 8000 thus far, and the feel is pretty different at the same time. I'm aware that there'll be a Halbertec 5000 and 2000 being released later this year, so we'll keep an eye out for them. If we look at the speed category, we can see the 3D Calibar series and the newer BladeX series. I've yet to formally review the 3D Calibar series, but I have some samples with me, so I'm very keen to test out some of the more popular models, especially from the 900 range. The racket frames certainly have got a super unique design, and a lot of the pro players who still use them all have big smashes, so I can't wait to formally test them out soon. I mean, who doesn't like a bigger smash? For the BladeX series, it's a relatively newer series compared to the 3D Calibar series, and I've only reviewed the BladeX 800 thus far, which turned out to be quite disappointing. The racket just did not click for me. Check out my full review video to find out why. This series is often marketed for its mobility and aimed at more defensive players, and is headlined by Zhang Nan, updated with the newest BladeX 900 Max. I've also been testing it so far, so reviews will be dropping soon too. Remember to subscribe. I hope the 900 Max will go one step in the right direction for the BladeX series. I will also introduce the turbocharging series here, as they're part of Li Ning's legacy speed racket series, and they've been very popular with the pros traditionally. For example, Lo Yu was playing with the turbocharging 75C when he won his World Championship title, and a few of the Indonesian doubles players are still currently playing with the turbocharging 75 Extreme racket. Turbocharging rackets normally feature a trapezoidal frame design for aerodynamic efficiency, which makes it ideal for quick players with strong swing speeds and fast reaction times. And finally, for the super light and ultralight racket range, we have the Windstorm and the more budget-friendly Windlight, GeForce and Ignite racket series for these. These four series focuses on rackets which are under 80 grams in weight, hence they're rackets in 5U or 6U weight classes. I expect these to be super fast due to their weight, but I'm certainly looking forward to testing some of the more popular models soon. I've previously reviewed some GeForce model rackets, and they've been a nice pleasant surprise for the price category. Let me also quickly show you how Li Ning number their racket models, which hopefully helps you understand their rackets a little better. There are two parts to a Li Ning racket name that are important to know. Number one, the first number after the racket series show you the performance level of the racket. For example, if the first digit after the racket is 1, 2 or 3, it means it's suitable for entry level players. Number 4, 5 and 6 are for intermediate level players, and lastly, if the first number is 7, 8 or 9, it will be more suitable for high performance level players. Often this also means that the higher the number, the rackets are manufactured with better materials, which also normally is reflected in their costs. They should also generally provide a better feel at the same time. Number 2. The letter at the end of the racket tells you the style of the racket. For example, you often see Tectonic, Aeronaut and 3D Calibar rackets have letters behind the racket models. Each racket has a letter at the end. D for drive, C for combat, B for boost and I for instinct. Drive rackets are for speed and quickly switching between offense and defense, and these rackets will generally have a stiffer shaft and a more elastic head, suitable for players who like fast rackets. Combat rackets have a head-heavier design and a higher balance point, meaning it's mostly for aggressive players who want maximum power. Boost rackets, on the other hand, have a moderate balance point and a medium shaft, making them great for more well-rounded and balanced players. And lastly, instinct rackets are a combination of lightweight, obviously less than 80 grams, 5U most of the time, whilst enabling speed and agility too with the more flexible shafts. So for example, the Aeronaut 9000i racket, if we break the name down, 9 in the 9000 shows that it's aimed at a high level performance player, and the I represents an instinct or the lightweight racket. Each racket series actually has quite a good variety of rackets for different levels of players and the type of playing style. So when you're choosing a Li Ning badminton racket, you just need to remember the two parts of the naming system once you've decided on the racket series that you like. Let me know down in the comment section below which is your favorite Li Ning racket series or model. In the meantime, if you're looking to learn more about the Yonex badminton racket series, check out this video here. I'll see you in the next one.